like your hair is gonna stick to your face. Look, we can do a little test. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, and welcome to your guide to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Blush Wands and Beauty Light Wands. That's right, I have all of the shades, and so I thought for you guys I would do a little bit of a swatcheroo, a demo of all of the colors. This is to help you guys figure out which of the formulas should you buy, what's worth it, what do you think is going to go well on your skin tone. So hopefully this will be helpful, and I'm also going to be sharing my thoughts on just the formula of each and what I think is worth it. So if you guys are interested in hearing all my thoughts and seeing some swatches of all these babies, then keep watching. And if this happens to be your first time here, then welcome. My name is Sophia, and this is my channel that focuses on all things beauty and luxury. I upload content every single week on new beauty releases, just like this. I do favorites videos, get ready with me's, beauty chats. I also do a little bit of luxury fashion and lifestyle content as well. So if that is of interest to you, then you're in the right place, my friend. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam, and you can also click the notification bell to hear about every time I upload a new video. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And as you guys know, I'll be linking everything that is on my face today, anything that I talk about in this video, in the description box down below. If you like this video and you want to support my channel, shopping through my links is a great way to do so. All right, party people, let's talk about these complexion wands from Charlotte Tilbury. We have the new matte beauty blush wands, and then we also have what I guess you can say right now is the classic beauty light wands from Charlotte Tilbury. She first came out with these, I don't know, I want to say like 3 years ago at this point. I remember picking up PEACHGASM when they first launched. Big favorite of mine. And then since then, they've kind of gone viral on TikTok. Very popular product. I know there's a lot of like drugstore and dupes from other types of brands out there, but this is kind of like the OG highlighting wand, at least in this type of format. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with these by now. They're highlighters, but they also have quite a bit of pigment in them. You are going to see in the demo in just a second. A lot of them are sort of like glowy blushes, especially this one. This I think is the most popular one. It's called PINKGASM. This one not only kind of blushes the cheeks, but it also gives a really beautiful kind of radiant glow, similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, but once again, a little bit more pigment and blush to kind of flush the cheeks. Well, recently, Charlotte blessed us with these. These are the Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wands, and it says on here, Easy Liquid Blush. These are supposed to be the non-glowy version of the Beauty Light Wands. They have the same amount of product. They're both the same pretty hefty price, which is $42. And on the Charlotte Tilbury website, it says that these are supposed to have a smoothing effect with a soft focus blush look, fresh glow of color, glides on easily, and lasts all day. And I will comment in my final thoughts, guys, whether or not I think that those claims are true, but that's just a little bit about this particular product. I do have all 4 shades of this blush to show you guys, and then I have I recently just discovered before filming this video, all but one of the Beauty Light Wands, and that is the PINKGASM. I think that one might be exclusive to the Charlotte Tilbury website. In fact, I also want to mention the Pillow Talk shade for the matte blush wands. It is, at least at the time of me filming this video, it seems to be exclusive to the Charlotte Tilbury website. You can get these at Sephora. You can get them across a lot of different retailers, so I'll be linking all of that down below. That's what's nice about these, is that they're pretty readily available across a lot of different countries. If I didn't mention it before, both of these have a 12-month shelf life, and the new matte blush wands, they have the same exact component as the Beauty Light Wands, where you sort of twist this to kind of open up the passages, so to speak, and then you squeeze the little tube and the pigment comes out onto this little sponge. I don't love it. It does get kind of gross. If you look at the PEACHGASM one I have, which is the first one that I got, it does get a little bit gross over time, but I think for a lot of consumers, it makes it super easy to just kind of dot onto your cheeks. In many cases, I like to kind of put it onto my hand, and then you'll see in the demo, I use a BK Beauty brush to apply everything, and I'll be linking that brush down below also. Let's get into some swatches, because I know that's what a lot of you guys are waiting for. By the way, if you are new here, I do all of my swatches and also all of my demos in natural light. So if you're watching this video, most of the time, I try to make it look as realistic as possible. So I'm just kind of putting that out there, showing you the swatches right here from top to bottom. We have Pillow Talk Pink Pop, we have Pillow Talk Peach Pop, then we have Pillow Talk, and then we have Pillow Talk Dream Pop, which is the brightest and the deepest of the 4 shades. I'll definitely say I think that Pink Pop and Peach Pop, they both look pretty peachy to me. The way that I like to think about these is that Pink Pop is just a little bit lighter. If you are of a lighter complexion, I think that this is going to suit you very well. Peach Pop, it's a little bit deeper, but honestly, friends, I think both of them are pretty peachy. The Pillow Talk shade, it looks just like all of the other Pillow Talk products that Charlotte Tilbury has. For example, I am wearing the Pillow Talk lipstick on my lips today. I'm also wearing this Pillow Talk matte blush on my eyes today. The color really ties in with the rest of her collection. And then the Dream Pop, which is actually what I have on my cheeks today, it's a little bit more of like a vibrant, I guess you would call it like a vibrant ruby or a vibrant fuchsia. Next, I'm going to show you the swatches of all the Beauty Light Wands. So from top to bottom here, we have PINKGASM, then we have PEACHGASM, then we have Pillow Talk, then there is Pillow Talk Medium or Pillow Talk 2, and then finally we have Spotlight. Spotlight is definitely more of a traditional highlight shade as opposed to like the PINKGASM and the PEACHGASM. I think it's pretty clear here. The ones that are probably, if you are fair skin like me, more traditional highlighter shades are definitely the Pillow Talk shade and Spotlight. If you want something that is a little bit more of a glowy blush, then you're going to want to go a little bit deeper. And of course, if you have a deeper skin tone, I would definitely recommend the Pillow Talk Medium and also the GOLDGASM, which unfortunately is the one that apparently I do not have. And then lastly, as far as swatches go, I want to show you the colors sort of paired up against each other between the blushes and also the Beauty Light Wands. So first here I have Pink Pop and PINKGASM. This is just kind of naturally what I would pair together. You can mix and match all of these, by the way. These are all very wearable shades. It just kind of depends on your skin tone and what you prefer. Next up, I have the PEACHGASM and the Peach Pop. Next, I have the Pillow Talk shade up against the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand and the Pillow Talk Medium. And then finally, we have Dream Pop in the blush, and I swatched it up against the Pillow Talk Medium and the Spotlight shade. All right, friends, I hope that those swatches were helpful. Now we are going to get into the demo. I am going to be applying each of the blushes to my cheeks, and then I'm also going to be applying the accompanying Beauty Light Wand, kind of based off of the swatches that I just showed you, pairing up Pink Pop with PINKGASM and so on. So I can show you guys not only what do the new blushes look like on my complexion and how do they apply, but also how do you sort of take things up a notch with the Beauty Light Wand, so you can sort of see how they pair together, and hopefully this will help you guys figure out which one might be right for you. So let's head into the demo. All right, friends, I hope that those demos were helpful. Now I'm going to share my thoughts about the formula. Which of these do I think you should get? Which ones might be right for you? And also which ones are my favorites? So starting off with the Beauty Light Wands, it's no secret on my channel. Like if you guys watch me, you already know I'm a huge fan of these. I love them. I love the way that they apply to the skin. I feel like they're super blendable and user friendly. I would love to see Charlotte Tilbury come out with some more shades. If you look at Rare Beauty, for example, she has a pretty wide range of shades that go a little bit deeper. I would like to see some deeper, richer shades of the Beauty Light Wands. But in terms of the formula and the shades that I have, and I guess for my skin tone, I think that they're beautiful. I love to mix and match them. I honestly love every single shade. It really just depends on what look I'm doing. I would say the ones that I use the most are PEACHGASM and Pillow Talk 2. Like if I'm going for like a fresher day look, I usually go for PEACHGASM. And if I'm going for like that nude, very Pillow Talk, maybe like a going out look at night, I like to go in with the Pillow Talk 2. I really like these, or I reach for these specifically to get that kind of glowy blush look. I like them as highlighters as well, but I think about them more when I'm looking for a glowy blush. So I absolutely love these, and those are the two shades that I really like. The question is for a lot of you is if you already have these, you know, do you need to get the matte blush wands? What do I think of this formula? And I guess also if you are on a budget and you can only buy one of these, which should you buy? So let me talk a little bit about the matte blush wand formula. Right off the bat, I absolutely love it. I am always honest with you guys. Like if I don't think something is that great, I will let you know. I don't owe Charlotte Tilbury anything about all of these with my own money, etc. I think that these are fantastic. What I like about them is kind of the same thing that I like about the Beauty Light Wands. They go on so seamlessly. Like you guys saw in the demo, even with the Dream Pop, which like I normally, to be honest with you, I don't go in straight like this. I'll put it on my hand and then I'll go in with the brush, or you can use your fingers, you can use a sponge. You know, you can apply them so many different ways. It doesn't matter. It still blends out seamlessly. This is the color that I'm wearing on my cheeks today, by the way, the Dream Pop. It just blends out so well, but you could still build it up if you have a deeper skin tone. I just think that they're so foolproof. It's the kind of thing that I would recommend to one of my friends who maybe doesn't wear makeup all that much or doesn't have a huge collection like me. Most of my friends, they're regular people and they're only gonna have like a couple blushes in their makeup bag. And I always recommend these types of things because I think they're gonna be really easy for them. The other thing that I like about these is, gosh, they have fantastic longevity. Like these lasted on my cheeks all day. It didn't matter if I was wearing a more glowy foundation or like a slightly more matte foundation. I found that every single shade, which I did test all of them for a week before filming this review, I felt they had really good longevity. And even doing a swatch test on my hand, letting the product dry down, you know, I found that it was very difficult to rub away. If you go in with like makeup remover or soap and water, sure, you can wash it off, but just going like this, like they do not come off. I really like the longevity of these and the way that they apply. Now, are these matte blushes? No, they're not. They're not matte in terms of the formula, if that makes sense. They're not matte in the way that a foundation is matte or a foundation is dewy. They're matte in the sense that they don't have any added glitter or illumination pigments like you would get from the Beauty Light Wand. So if you were looking for something that was like a super matte finish, I don't think that you're gonna get that from this. You know, if you want a matte finish, it is kind of better for you guys to go more towards maybe a powder blush or even like a Benefit Benetint, you know, where it really dries down and it doesn't leave any kind of glow or hydration behind. When you look at my skin here, it hasn't been mattified at all, whether you use the matte blush wand or you use the highlighting wands. Like you don't get that matte look. I like that it just kind of is absorbed and like mixed into my foundation so that it's all kind of like melted together. I don't really want a matte look if I'm going in for a cream blush, so that's fine with me. I also think that if it was a really matte texture, you do kind of run the risk of maybe disturbing the foundation that you have underneath. So I do want to call that out. They're not really matte, but they're also not sticky. Don't get me wrong. It's not the kind of product where like your hair is going to stick to your face. Look, we can do a little test right here. There's nothing sticking to my face. It's all dried down for the most part, but in a really natural way. I also think that the blush wands look really, really beautiful and natural on the eyes. I know you can do that with the Beauty Light Wands, and people have done it. I guess I just never thought to do that, or I've never tried it myself before. I am wearing this shade Pillow Talk on my eyes today. I usually just go in first with a little synthetic like crease brush, and I kind of buff it all over, and then I might go in with a more denser, flatter shader brush, and I just lay a little bit more onto the lid. But I think that it looks beautiful. If you like that sort of Charlotte Tilbury monochromatic like Pillow Talk type of look, I think that these can be multi-purpose if you're a little bit of a minimalist and you want to have them on the lids. I feel like the longevity on the lids is also pretty good. You can see it's creasing like just a little bit, but like nothing that is honestly super noticeable or has bothered me. I have tested this out on the eyes before. Because they're not like super duper dewy, they aren't going to be a creasy mess, but also because they're not super matte, they aren't going to really like dry out your eyelids. Now, when I was testing these blush wands, I thought to myself, this reminds me of another formula that I have in my collection, and it's another type of blush that I also have all of the shades of, and it is the Glossier Cloud Paint. This is a very, very similar formula. I swatched both of them on my hands. I kind of let them dry down. I did a little like rub test to see, you know, the longevity of each of them. I actually kept them on my hand for quite some time as I was working from home. The texture of each of them, it's not 100% exact, but it's almost there. Almost there. Like maybe the Charlotte Tilbury ones have a tiny bit of a dewier finish, but in terms of the experience applying them, in terms of like the finish that you get when they're actually on the cheeks, in terms of the longevity, they're pretty much the same. So I just want to call that out, friends, because there's only 4 colors here in the Charlotte Tilbury, and if I'm not mistaken, at the time of me filming this video, there's 8 shades of the Glossier Cloud Paint. Also, I know not everybody likes this type of component. The Glossier Cloud Paint comes in this little squeezy tube, so you can squeeze this right onto your finger, you can put it on the back of your hand or something like that. So I like to call that out. And the biggest thing, guys, is also the price, because the Charlotte Tilbury ones cost $42, whereas the Glossier Cloud Paints cost $20. And don't forget, Glossier is coming to Sephora very, very soon. Subscribe to my channel because I do have a Glossier video that I'm going to launch when they launch at Sephora. So I'll kind of let you know a little bit more about the cloud paints and also the other products from Glossier. But in general, I do just want to let you guys know this is a little bit of a dupe in case you want to save a little bit of money. And there's also more shades that are kind of in the darker side of the spectrum from Glossier. I love the color Storm. I love the color Eve. Like there's so many good ones from Glossier. They really seem very similar to me, almost exact. So do you need the matte blush wands? You know, friends, I think in general, these products, they're pretty expensive. In general, they're kind of overpriced. Like we can probably all agree, even though they're good, they're a little bit overpriced. I think what my recommendation would be, if you are really on a budget, would be to get one of the Glossier Cloud Paints as a blush, and then get one of the Beauty Light Wands as kind of like a glowy highlighter. For me, the Beauty Light Wands, this would kind of be, if you could only get one thing, this would be my recommendation, because I feel like these are just a little bit special. That being said, like if you're interested in the blushes, they are really good. They are really good. They're just pretty expensive. And so I like to try and help you guys make informed purchasing decisions if you're on a budget. My favorite color of the blushes, I think, is the one that I'm wearing today, which is Dream Pop. And that's just because I normally go for one of the darker colors. I don't know what it is. I'm one of those people where I either buy like the most neutral sort of brown shade, or I'm going for more like plums and terracottas and these deeper rubies. I think that this one is like the most unique. I think a lot of us already have like peachy and pink blushes in our collection. You know, maybe you have like those ones from the Dior Backstage line that you kind of already have these colors. So the Dream Pop is my favorite. And then the one that I think I'll probably wear the most is honestly the Pillow Talk, because this is just gonna go with like every single eye look. If you're doing something neutral, or if you're doing like a smoky eye and you just need something that's gonna be a basic neutral blush to pair with anything, the Pillow Talk one is going to be very, very versatile. But yeah, the Dream one is like my favorite color wise, and the one where if I want to have a little bit of fun with my blush, this is the one I'm going to be going for. All right, friends, so those are my recommendations. Those are my favorites. I hope that this video was helpful for you. At the end of the day, I try and show you guys everything in natural light so you can decide for yourself what color you like, what you think is going to be working best for you. Now it is your turn, friends. Sound off in those comments down below and let me know, did you pick these up because your opinion is worth just as much as mine? What do you think of these? Were you contemplating these? I would love to know all of your thoughts. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. I'm going to be linking everything that I mentioned in this video in that description box down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.